it's a good game. It's like Clue almost. It's like a board game style game where you have to try to see who did the crime. And it's fun. No More Heroes 1 and 2, some good hack and slash type games. They're modeled after Japanese anime. They have good humor, they have good bosses, they have good gameplay, and they generally have good stories. Although I would put number 1 being a little bit better in the story and gameplay being a little bit better on number 2. Super Mario Galaxy 2, good, good game. It's a good Mario platforming type game. It's basically classic type Mario in 3D. It's fun. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, a good vs. Capcom series. I don't care if you don't know who Tatsunoko is. I don't know most of the Tatsunoko characters. I have watched 1 or 2 series leading up to this when this game was released. I have seen Speed Racer in the past, which he's not in this game, but it's a good fighting game on the Wii. Sin and Punishment, Star Successor. Good, like, rail shooter. Light gun game kind of a thing. Actually more of a rail shooter, but it's a good game, and it's very hard. As soon as you get into later levels, you're going to die repeatedly. NBA Jam, good arcade pick up and play basketball game. Monster Hunter Tri, good adventure hack and slash RPG type game. You can get a lot of hours into that game. GoldenEye 007, a good first person shooter game that I would say comes very, very close, if not slightly exceeds the 64 game. The only music game in this series I think that I really put in here, Rock Band 3, which is a good game on the Wii version, and I'm going to put that to pretty much all the Guitar Hero Rock Band games. Mad World, good brawler. Go around, you beat down enemies, you kill off enemies, fight bosses, using all the environment to your advantage. It's fun. Shaun White, both of them. Shaun White, Snowboarding Road Trip, and World Stage. Good games. Metroid Prime Trilogy. A lot of people like Metroid. Indiana Jones and the Staff of the Kings. Fun, adventure type game. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Not as good as Skyward Sword, but still a good Zelda game. Donkey Kong Country Returns. Good. And it's a return to the old country games, which I love the country games. And it also gets challenging later on. The only Lego game I'm going to really put in here, or maybe 1 or 2 Lego games, but in general, just let's say the Lego series in general. Lego Batman. Super Mario All-Stars 25th Anniversary for Super Mario. Which, yes, it may be a Super Nintendo game, but it sure is a fun Super Nintendo game that now a lot of people can play if they never played it in the past. Which I did. But I still have that. Rayman Raving Rabbids TV Party, which just applies to pretty much all the Rayman Raving Rabbids games for the most part, because they're all good, mini-game games that are good. And no, automatically being a mini-game does not mean it sucks. We had mini-games for years. The Wii did not create them. This is a good, fun game. SNK Arcade Classics Volume 1. You get the chance to play those old school games like Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury, King of the Monsters, and Metal Slug. Fun collection. Resident Evil 4. Good version of the game. It has all the stuff in the PS2 and GameCube and all that games. I think it has a couple of little extras, and it has the pointer controls, which makes it a good game. Wii Sports Resort. The original Motion Plus game, and it is a lot of fun. Oh, this is another music game I didn't. Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock, which applies to 4 and 5 and 6 and everything. Didn't even know I kept that in there. Godfather Black Hand Edition. A good free roaming type game if you're looking for that Grand Theft Auto type game on the Wii. Which I think the Scarface is also on it. Not fully sure. Mario Kart Wii. A good Mario Kart. Oh no, I keep putting these in there. Rock Band 1. Not my favorite, but because I think Rock Band 2 and 3 are better, but still pretty good. Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles, and the same thing applies to Darkside Chronicles. They're good light gun games. And House of Dead Overkill, another good light gun game. Oh, this is going on. This is going to be like a 2-part video right now. It's going to be my 399th and 400th video mixed together. New Play Control Pikmin. Anyone that likes Pikmin, it's a good like strategy type game. You use the Pikmin to help you accomplish your missions, and the pointer controls adds to the game. Here's Super Mario Galaxy 1, just as great as the second one. They're both great games, and if you love your Mario platforming, especially in 3D, you're gonna love both. My Sims 1, and I like the first My Sims. I like the customizability that you get from that game. Yes, sure, the later ones are this one was good. MLB Power Pros, good simulating type baseball game. Grand Slam Tennis, good tennis game. Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I shouldn't even have to say anything about this. Samba de Amigo, good music-based game. It's like a port of the Dreamcast game, which still works. There's Rock Band 2, which I have in this pile as well. I put that with Rock Band 3 as my favorite Rock Band's tied pretty much with also the Beetle game, which I didn't put in this pile. Facebreaker KO Party, a good arcade type boxing game. Fun too. Mario Strikers Charged, a good soccer game. Oh, here we go. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Really utilizes that Motion Plus really well. A fun game, and I'm enjoying playing it. Punch-Out! Just as good, if not better, than the original ones. Close enough to it. Tron Evolution Battle Grids. Very fun game, and it focuses on the main part of Tron, and that's not no story from the movie, it's the Battle Grid games, like Light Cycles. Rune Factory Tides of Destiny. A good RPG type game mixed with Harvest Moon. You take care of your crops, and you go out and you fight enemies. Fun. Kirby's Epic Yarn. Kirby with yarn. Fun game. Lost in Shadow is a good, an original platforming puzzle solving game. You run around as like a boy who got his shadow taken out of him, and you have to get back to your body, which is in some tower. So it kind of reminds me actually of Ico in a sense. Sengoku Basara, Samurai Heroes. Basically, Samurai Warriors on steroids. A lot of crazy things you can do in this game. And then there's also Samurai Warriors 3. This one has more stuff to do and more characters, creating your own characters and everything. But this is standard Samurai Warriors. This is basically like that on steroids. There's less stuff to do, less characters to play and everything, but it's still a fun game, and I recommend both of them. Big Mickey, a good Mickey Mouse platforming game. Sonic Colors. Sonic hasn't had a whole lot of great games lately, but this is pretty much one of the ones that led to the return of how great his games could be, which led into Generations. Now, this is a fun game on the DS as well. Let's just run through this quickly because this is going to be like a 2-part video, and I'm sorry for that. If you have time to watch all these parts, both parts of them, I salute you. Metroid Other M. Regardless of what people say about this game, it's a good game. And no, Samus is not no emotionless Master Chief. No offense to Master Chief, of course. She has emotions. She's, of course, a human character. She has human characteristics. And, of course, based off how her life's been, what happened to her parents, and so on and so forth, you would expect her to act like this in this game. Especially to Adam. Top Spin 4. It's a tennis game. The Back to the Future game is now on the Wii. Good point and click adventure type game, point and click game. Okami, good artistic Zelda type adventure game. Tenchu Shadow Assassins, stealth game, sneak up on your enemies, basic ninja stuff. Arcrise Fantasia, a good RPG. If you can get past most of the bad voice acting, but overall, there are good voice actors in this game, and if you take the average voices out, you get good RPG quality game. Dead Space Extraction. A lot of people regard this as a great on-rail shooter, light gun game. Another Lego game, Lego Harry Potter Years 1 through 4. There you go. Castle of Shikigami 3. A good shmup game. And for people out there that don't know what a shmup is, it's a shoot 'em up. Kind of like those classic flat, top-down shooter games where you get shot down by millions of bullets and you have to dodge them all and take out your enemies. Soccer Wars So Long My Love, which is basically kind of like a dating sim type game with an RPG twist in there. Has a pretty cool story from what I've played of it so far, and the characters are pretty cool too. And that game actually has some pretty good voice acting, although I think a few people can get on your nerves sometimes. Lego Indiana Jones 2, another Lego game. Mercury Meltdown Revolution, good puzzle solving type game, kind of like puzzle solving. And Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles: The Crystal Bearers. Not your typical Final Fantasy game. It's not necessarily an RPG. It's more of like an action RPG-ish type game, but it's still pretty fun. The characters are cool. The voice acting's pretty good, and the story, from when I played it and when I rented it, I got almost to the end. Was pretty entertaining. Oh, and I forgot this game too. Super Paper Mario. Not as good as the last two, but still a good game. See. Now that's not my entire collection. I know I showed you a ton of games there. I do have some more on that, but that's mainly all the ones I really wanted to show you. And that's my 4 from 5 reasons. I like the types of games the system offers, and I like the variety the system offers. And there you have it. Those are my 5 reasons for why I like the Nintendo Wii. And like I said before the beginning of this video, I'm sure I can come up with more reasons. I wanted to limit it down to 5, and I think I came up with some pretty good reasons to let you guys know out there, you Vito, your friend who asked you that question, so on and so forth, for why I like it. And they are, I'm a Nintendo fan, and I like the systems and the franchises they usually come out with. I like the controllers they have and the options to be able to pick what controllers you want to play for certain games that allow it. 3, I like the fact that you can download old Virtual Console games as well as the new WiiWare games. And 4 and 5, I like the gaming library, and I like the variety the system offers. And that's that. I hope that answered your question out there. And anyone else who's ever asked people that question, they will probably have similar responses to me. And that's basically that. I hope you guys liked this video. I'm SnipingIsFun. This is officially my 399th video and my 400th video as well, which now marks, like I usually do something special every 100th video, and this was not what I planned on doing. I planned on doing like a review or something, but due to the fact that this video is in fact 2 parts, it now counts as that. Hope you guys liked it. See you guys in my next video. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to, and have a nice day.